Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Obviously with Clone Wars content coming out over the next few months, I want to look a little bit ahead of that. So what could come next? I want to speculate at things that we could potentially see for the Galactic Civil War. Now I know a lot of speculation has been out there over and over again, but I think it's always fun to do. So as I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about potential Galactic Civil War content, Rogue One to be precise. I think a large number of people would like to see Rogue One return, so today I'm going to say what I'd like to see from it. The first thing I'd like to see is a new vehicle, this being the TIE Striker specifically. I feel like this would be a great addition to the game, especially for the Speeder class. The reason I say Speeder class is due to the TIE Striker being an atmospheric vehicle, and by this I mean it cannot go into space. So it's not, it's kind of like a standard jet fighter you might see nowadays. It would have the same abilities as the Rebel T-47, so that's a speed boost, the overload ability and the heatsink, and I think it would probably only really appear on Hoth, as it can't really appear on Endor, the 74Z speeder bikes, and I think Tatooine they've got those speeders anyway. So next up we have some customization. So not only would I like to see Rogue One Stormtroopers, but I also like to see some from Solo. There is so much potential out there for Imperial customization, and the Solo season was a perfect way to introduce this. Unfortunately, that wasn't to be. But if we get it in the future, then honestly I will just be happy anyway. So the Stormtroopers I'd like to see, starting with Solo, then going in Rogue One, are the Patrol Troopers, Mimban Stormtroopers, Range Troopers, Mud Troopers, Tank Troopers, and Shore Troopers. Maybe even Imperial Ground Crew. I think that's a bit of a push though. Already that's just a lot of Imperial customization just from 2 films alone. There's still a lot more from Star Wars Rebels, Battlefront 2015 and the films of course. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to cover these potential customization options in the future. Some heroes I'd love to see are obviously Jyn and Krennic, much like we had in Battlefront 2015. But this time I'd also like to see Cassian Andor as well, but I don't really think there's no villain in Rogue One to really counter him, so I think, Tarkin could be at a push, but again, it's kind of one of those things that I don't think it will really happen. But either way, I would love to see Cassian come to the game. So the last thing we have to talk about is the maps. So I think with this, you've got 2 solid options for this. You've got Scarif and Jeddah. Scarif can bring us a map on the beachfront for the large modes, and a map inside the Citadel Tower for some close quarters fights in Blast or Strike. Strike would work really well for this, I think, because the Rebels could go in and get the Death Star plans, much like Jyn and Cassian did in the Rogue One film, and then they could just simply escort that out of the building. It's pretty much exactly how Strike works. You've either got to extract an item or blow 2 objectives up, so I think this would work perfectly. So another map I would like to see is obviously, as I said, Jeddah City. This would no doubt feel a bit like a Mos Eisley style map. However, I think there is a bit more going on. You've got higher buildings. You've got little, I think, snipers positions in buildings and bridges and all that stuff. And I think you've got city walls and well-rounded streets as well. Obviously Mos Eisley is pretty linear, so I think with Jeddah you've kind of got that better. It'll probably be a better game mode in terms of, especially for the large-scale conquest-like mode we're getting. So I think Jeddah City would work really, really well. And I will definitely be covering Scarif Beach and Jeddah City in future map speculation videos. So if you are looking forward to those, then don't forget to stay tuned to the channel. I will be doing all maps, so things from the sequels, original trilogy, and obviously the prequels and Clone Wars and so on. So I think I've pretty much covered everything there. If you think I did miss something, then let me know in the comments below. But I'm pretty sure that's everything, so that's all from me. If you are new to the channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date with all of my content, and hit that like button if you enjoyed, and as always, may the Force be with you.